So what do you get when you combine the Aiper Scuba X1 with the Aiper Scuba X1 Pro Max over here? Well, you get this right here. This is the Aiper Scuba X1 Pro here. And to be honest, this might be the perfect cleaner for you. So the Aiper Scuba X1 Pro here is the mid-range model in the X1 series lineup. We have the base X1 over here. We have the Pro model in the center here. And finally, we have the Pro Max, the beast of a cleaner, the all-in-one cleaner over here. Now, where the X1 Pro shines is the fact that it takes features from both cleaners and combines it together. If you're in the market for an X1 series robot and you wish you had a little bit more features than the base X1, if you're in the market for a cleaner and you're realizing that the Scuba X1 Pro Max here, you don't need the skimming function, but you like the features that are included on this model, the X1 is a combination of both of those. So you get the navigation and mapping system of the X1 Pro Max on the Pro, but you don't get the skimming function if you don't need it. It's the step up above the X1, but a step down below the Pro Max, and that might be the perfect cleaner for you. Now in this video, I'm not going to talk about which one of these cleaners is best for you, what's the difference between the three of these here. This is more about the X1 Pro by itself and what makes it such a good choice. Now I will be doing a separate video comparing all three of these models here, where I'll help you make the decision which one of these cleaners is right for you. So if you want to check that out, it should be released soon if it's not already up. So let's talk about the Aiper Scuba X1 Pro here and what makes it such a good choice. First off, right off the bat, I can tell you when you take this out of the box, you will get a premium cleaner with a premium feel to it. If you take a look at this, it's got this sort of glossy black metallic look to it, and it just looks high end. It's got a really solid build quality and a very nice feel to it. Now physically, this right here comes in at about 25 pounds. So it's a really great weight. A lot of these cleaners on the market right now weigh a lot. This being in the 25-pound range is pretty good. The heavier a cleaner is, the harder it is to lift in and out of the pool. At the top of this right over here, you have the grip handle right here. This is also the handle that you will be looking for when you're fishing it out of the pool, if you're fishing it out of the pool. Now, I will say it is kind of hard to fish for this when it's underneath the water because it blends in to the background. So when you're fishing this out of the pool, it may take you a few tries to hook onto this little handle here to pull it out. Not a big deal. If I turn this to the side here, you can see that it's got these tread style wheels. These treads, these caterpillar treads, these track style wheels are better designed to climb steep walls. So that's really neat. Now the Aiper Scuba X1 Pro here is designed for pools up to about 2,150 square feet. So you can use this in some pretty big pools. Built inside of this is a gigantic 10,400 milliamp battery. Yes, this means that continuous runtime, if you run it straight, it will run for about 3 hours or 180 minutes before you have to charge it. So that's neat, very long runtime. Now to charge this, it will take you about 5 hours to fully charge. But as you can see right here, it comes with a wireless charging dock, which is really nice. You've pretty much got a station here that you're going to set on the side, and whenever you need to charge it, you just place the cleaner right on top of it, just like so. And it charges. So that's really neat. The benefit of having a wireless charging docking station is that it's safer overall. You don't have to plug it into an open port, so there's no risk of fire. I love the fact that these premium cleaners here have a wireless charging dock. Now built inside of this is a ton of power and sensors. You've got 4 motors and 26 sensors, tons of different sensors. Also built inside of this is smart navigation and preset path planning. In addition to that, it also uses an advanced mapping system. On the Pro model here and on the Pro Max version, you have an advanced mapping system in what they call the OmniSense Plus technology. Now, basically what OmniSense technology is the ability for the cleaner to see in a 360-degree radius. Yes, this means that when you place this into the pool, you'll notice that it spins around in a circle. And what it's doing is it's mapping and seeing your pool. So it has a better idea of what your pool looks like. The more and more you use this type of cleaner here, the smarter it will get and the better it will clean your pool. So keep that in mind. The first time you use this, if it does good, if it does great, okay. Run it again and again and again, and it might even get better over time. So keep that in mind. It gets smarter and better the more you use it. Now, within that smart navigation system with that OmniSense Plus technology is what they call FlexiPath. And FlexiPath is a path planning system where it's able to adapt based off of what it sees. So what this means is that with that OmniSense, it's able to see what your pool looks like. It's able to move in a pattern and clean sections of your pool and go back later on to adjust and clean those other sections of your pool. Now, one really great thing about this Pro model here and the Pro Max is that they targeted elevated platforms. Yes, they have special modes where once it's turned on, it will target elevated platforms or ledges better in your pool. So if you have a Baja shelf or tanning ledges in your pool and you notice that other cleaners don't tend to reach it and clean it well, the great thing about the Pro version here and the Pro Max is that it has targeted platform cleaning. So it's able to climb up those surfaces and clean that area better in general than other cleaners. Other cleaners, when they reach that platform, most of the time they will continue its path off of the platform. Built inside of the Pro model and the Pro Max is that targeted platform cleaning where it will sense that it's a platform and stay above it on that platform and clean longer. It also has anti-fall detection, so it's able to detect the end of the ledge or the shelf and not fall off. It stays on the ledge and cleans that ledge longer. Now, using this for a while, I can tell you that it does work. It works much better than other cleaners. It does target ledges. However, it's not perfect. It's not going to be 100%. Now, I'll take this off the dock here to show you the bottom of the cleaner here. You've got two sets of brushes on the front and the back here. So you've got a ton of cleaning power. Also, mini brushes on the center underneath here and the inlet for debris to be suctioned into. Let me flip this around over here to show you the debris basket system. This right here is an easy access top loading debris basket. Just pull this and you have your debris basket. I will take this out here and show you that this is a 5-liter 180 micron filter basket. And this is awesome. This will filter out your small, medium, and large size debris really well. Now, what's also great about this X1 Pro here, all the X1 series cleaners, is the fact that this right here is also included. This is an ultra fine filter basket. Yes, and how this works is if you plan on using it, you just pretty much push this button here to release the top, open it up, and you take this piece and you just place it right inside just like that. And now you have an ultra fine filter. This is really, really nice if you get a ton of very, very fine particles in your pool. You get a lot of sand, a lot of dirt in your pool, milky and cloudy water in your pool, algae. This ultra fine filter inside of this here will pick that up. Love the fact that it is included on this model here. You'd be surprised as to how many premium cleaners do not have an ultra fine filter. This one does. Now, to use this cleaner is very simple. Basically, you can use it on the physical cleaner itself, or you can use the online app. Now, let me show you how to use it on the physical cleaner itself. Turn this around right here and show you. This is your control panel here. This is the power button here that you'll hold for about 2 seconds and it will power on. It powers on and you see that it's moving right now. Usually you have this on a flat surface, so you let it calibrate. Now, you want to take note of these two settings over here. This right here is your mode selection button right here. So you select the mode that you want with this icon right over here. This over here is the intensity, the cleaning level button over here. So you can actually select different modes. There's an eco mode, which uses less power and cleans longer. There's an automatic mode, which automatically adjusts based off of how much debris is in the pool. And finally, you have a max button here, max intensity. So this cleans at the highest level and much more suction, but it does use a lot of battery. So you have to pay attention to which cleaning intensity you're using. Now, 4 different modes that you can access on the cleaner itself. This one right here with the kind of icon lit up with the walls and the floor. This is what they call smart mode, and this cleans both your walls and floor of your pool. So keep that in mind. Move it over here to this one here, just the bottom floor. This is your floor mode. Cleans only your floor of your pool. This one here with the walls, the icons on the walls, this will clean the walls of your pool, including the water line. And finally over here with the tip of the walls here, that is your water line mode, and that cleans just the water line of your pool. 4 different modes that you can access on the physical cleaner itself. So you have access to 4 modes on the physical cleaner itself. But there is an online app that you can download and use, a very simple and easy to use app. On that app, you'll have access to one more cleaning mode, so 5 modes total. That extra cleaning mode is what they call multi-zone mode, and multi-zone mode is very important here. What multi-zone mode does is it tells this cleaner that you have different platforms in your pool. If you've got a tanning ledge in your pool and you wanted to climb up higher to clean that area, you have to use multi-zone mode. Now, this is fairly new, and a lot of companies are doing this. These premium high-end companies are doing this nowadays, and I don't like it. The trend is that they're creating a separate mode for you to hit to go in and turn on. You have to set the mode for these cleaners to be able to climb up onto your ledges, your shelves, to clean those ledges. I do not like that idea. I do not like that concept in general, because what it does is it makes it so that you have to take an extra step to get to that point. We're very, very lazy. We just want the easiest way to clean the pool. Adding that extra button makes it so that I have to go inside the app and select it in order for it to climb up and clean the ledge of the pool. Now, why are these companies doing this? Well, it's so that they can increase their battery range rating. When it's cleaning the floors of your pool, it will use less battery because it doesn't have to climb up. It will use less power, so you get a higher range of battery, a higher runtime. When you use a mode where you have to climb up the walls, especially over a ledge, it uses more power. So the battery percentage goes down quicker and you get a shorter range rating. I don't like this trend, and I wish it just climbed ledges in general. But if you're wondering why your cleaner isn't climbing up your steep walls and ledges, it's because you have to go into multi-zone mode and to use that mode. Now, one more thing I do want to talk about the X1 Pro here, as well as all the other X1 series cleaners, is the fact that it can be used with the HydroComm Pro. Yes, this right here is the Aiper HydroComm Pro here, and this device here does a few things. This is an extra add-on accessory to your X1 series cleaner, whether it be the Pro, Pro Max, or the normal base model. You have to pay extra for the HydroComm Pro here unless you get it on a package deal. Now, what the HydroComm Pro does is two things. One, it acts as a smart pool monitoring device. So when you place this into the pool, it will give you information on how your pool water is doing. Basically, how swimmable your pool really is. So that's great. Neat. The second thing this does, and what's more important for me, is the fact that when this is in the pool and you have it connected to your X1 series cleaner, you're able to use underwater communication. Yes, in the past, any cleaner on the market, completely cordless cleaner on the market, when the cleaner goes underneath the water, it loses signal. So you can't communicate with the cleaner. You have to let it finish its cycle, or you have to fish it out with your pool pole. This is because water absorbs radio signals, radio waves. So you don't have any communication to your cleaner while it's underneath the water. That is until now. With this in the pool, floating in the pool, you're able to communicate through this buoy here to your cleaner while it's in the pool, and you're able to control your cleaner while it's underneath the water. Awesome. Now, this isn't necessary, but it's very convenient to have. You'll be able to control the cleaner, so you can pause it while it's underneath the water. Maybe you want to change the cleaning mode, you want to switch it to a different cleaning mode, you'll be able to do that with the HydroComm Pro. Another great thing about the HydroComm Pro is that you'll also be able to recall the cleaner from inside of the pool. So what does that do? Well, it helps you easily take your cleaner out of the pool. The recall button is basically a retrieval button where when you tap it, whether it's on the physical HydroComm Pro itself, if you tap this recall button right here, it'll tell the cleaner to get out of the pool. You can also use the online app when the HydroComm Pro is connected to it and recall it through that function as well. But what it does is it makes it so that the cleaner will climb all the way up the wall to the waterline for you to retrieve it out of the pool. So you don't even have to get the little hook and to fish it out. You just wait for it to climb up and take it out. Much, much more convenient to have this HydroComm Pro. In my opinion, if you're looking at an X1 series cleaner, whether it be the X1 base model, the Pro version here, or the Pro Max, you will also want to get the HydroComm Pro. So I talked a lot about the Aiper Scuba X1 Pro over here. Let's finally place it into the pool and I'll show you how well it works. Okay guys, we are ready to put the X1 Pro here into the pool here. I'm going to set this down here first. And the mode I am going to show you first is floor mode. So I have this set on floor mode right here. Right there. And in this mode, I can actually choose the intensity if I want to, but I'm just going to leave it on auto right now. Now, Let's go ahead and place this into the pool. Just like that, it'll sink down and clean the floor of the pool. Now, while the cleaner is sinking down to the bottom and turning on, I do want to mention I have a surface skimmer. You can use this cleaner with any surface skimmer at the same time as long as it is cordless. So any cordless robotic cleaner with any surface skimmer is perfectly fine. If you have a corded cleaner, that's different, but this is cordless, so you can use it with any surface skimmer you choose. Now you can see that the X1 Pro is spinning around. Remember, it has that pool mapping system, that OmniSense. So every time it selects a mode to run, it will spin in 360, basically looking around your pool. It's mapping your pool. Now in this mode, floor mode, it will not climb up the walls. You'll see it come up to the wall here, like so, but not climb up the walls. In this mode, it will only focus on the floors of the pool. This is really great if you just have a lot of floor debris and you want to focus just on the floor of the pool. Now, it's on floor mode. I have the ultrafine filter here that I am choosing not to use right now. You want to use this only when you have just light debris, when you have very small, fine sand-like debris, algae in the pool. Right now, I'm not going to use it. I'm just going to leave it and let it run in its regular basket. But remember, you only use this ultrafine filter on floor mode. So the X1 Pro is in floor mode. It's done outlining the edge of the pool floor. Now it's moving on the inside and cleaning the inside. You can literally see it move in a pattern along the floor here, where when it approaches the wall, it'll turn to the right. You see it approach the wall. It senses the wall. It'll back up a little bit and then turn to the right here. Stop. Go forward a little bit. Stop. And then turn to the right again. Stop. And then go forward. Now I can predict this because it is a pattern on the pool floor, and it'll continue this sort of SU-like pattern along the floor here. So let's just keep watching this here. Now take a look at the X1 Pro. I've got a main drain right there. So let's watch the X1 Pro here. Hit the main drain. Goes over the main drain, no issues, so that's great. It's still continuing along its path here, so it's going to back up a little and then turn to the right. Slide under here so you can see the skimmer pass by, but then it goes over it to the right, turn back around, and cross it here. So that's great. Hits the main drains, no issues. Got another main drain right here, so let's watch this over here. Goes over that one as well. Okay guys, so the Aiper Scuba X1 Pro here is on wall mode now. I'm all the way up here, 5-foot tall walls here, and the X1 Pro will climb all the way up to the water line, scrub the water line there, and then go back down along the wall of the pool here. It does move in a pattern, sort of like an N-like pattern along the walls of the pool over here. So let's just watch this here as it moves along this wall. So here is another angle of the X1 Pro climbing up the walls of the pool. It's on wall mode right now, so this is how it'll move on the wall of the pool when it's cleaning it. It basically moves in an N-like pattern. You can see right here, it's going to go straight up, all the way up here to the water line and scrub the water line. Watch it climb up. Right there to the water line and scrubs the water line, and it spends time here scrubbing the water line, so that's great. And then it goes back down and repeats the pattern along this wall. Okay guys, so it's on wall mode right now, and this is the X1 Pro. Now I have a tanning ledge that's very steep right here, it goes straight up. So let's watch the X1 Pro, how well it climbs over the ledge over here. It's going straight up right here. It's about 4 feet tall, going straight up. And the ledge here goes over the ledge. But here's the thing. You see that? It goes back down. Now, it does this normally. If you want to target your tanning ledge, your bottom shelf, if you got different levels in your pool, you have to set the cleaner to multi-zone mode. So keep that in mind. If you notice the cleaner isn't climbing up to the ledges, remember it has that targeted platform cleaning. You have to switch it on with that multi-zone mode. So I'll show you that in a little bit. Now we have the X1 Pro. Now it's on multi-zone mode, so it makes it over the tanning ledge just like that. Before, on wall mode, it would stop. It wouldn't be able to make it over the ledge. So if you wanted to climb up your ledges in your pool, make sure you have it on multi-zone mode. Now I have a ledge right here that's on a thinner side here, but I do have a larger pad over there. It will climb up and target that area as well, but it has to be on multi-zone mode. Okay guys, so the X1 Pro is in waterline mode right now. So it moves along the waterline and cleans just the waterline of the pool. Now when you initially turn it on, it'll do the 360 mapping, and then it'll find a wall and climb up the wall. It'll do a few passes sometimes to get to the waterline, but then when it finally reaches the waterline, it'll know and it'll move along the waterline. So let's watch it pass back up to waterline again, and I'll show you that it does move along the waterline to clean only the waterline. To the waterline here, I'll keep my hand right here for you to see it move along the waterline. You see that? It's moving along the waterline, scrubbing as it's moving along. Awesome. So it does move a certain distance before it goes back down, and it'll repeat this process all along the waterline here. Okay guys, so the X1 Pro is in the pool now. I want to show you the HydroComm Pro. I have the HydroComm Pro tethered to this right over here. And to recall it, you can use the app, yes, but there's a physical recall button right here that you're going to push and hold. And once you push and hold that, you see it light up? That means it's sending the signal to the cleaner now. Now, the cleaner is kind of in the midst of climbing the wall, so eventually, since I sent it a signal, it'll climb up to the water line for me to pick it up. Now, able to climb all the way up to the water line here for me to take it out. Now let's watch it. Remember, I hit the recall button on the physical HydroComm Pro itself, but you can also do it on the app as well. So it climbs up over my ledge, and it should climb up to the water line right here. Right there. And it should park itself right here. You see that? It's parked now. The brush isn't spinning. You can hear it on still, and it'll sit here and park itself for 5 minutes for me to take it out of the pool. So that's really neat, the recall function here. Now let me pull this out here. And turn this sideways over here. Now let's go ahead and open up the debris basket here. Set this down right here. Open this up, push this little button here, flips open, and pour out this debris. You see, it's got different sizes of debris. Look at that big old leaf right there, smaller debris right here. Inside the basket right here, you can see there is smaller debris inside. Now, I did not use the ultrafine filter, but it still picks up some pretty small debris. So you guys can see that the Aiper Scuba X1 Pro over here, it works really well in the pool back here. If you're in the market for a premium robotic pool cleaner and you're looking at the X1 series cleaners, you're looking at the base model X1, you're thinking, I wish it had a bit more features. But then you look at the X1 Pro Max and you're thinking, do I really need this beast of a cleaner? Do I need the skimmer? But I do really like the navigation and the pool mapping system. I have ledges in my pool that I really wanted to target. This right here, the Aiper Scuba X1 Pro, is designed for that very reason. The combination of both of those cleaners together gives you this machine right here. Overall, the Aiper Scuba X1 Pro is a really great choice. Definitely a robotic pool cleaner here. I recommend.
We hope this review helps.